Good morning, and here's your solution for the problem of the day for last Friday the 17th. Alright, if we take a look at what we have here, we have a rational equation, and therefore we need to solve this by finding the lowest common denominator. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to factor the denominator of the solution. So we're going to factor this out, and you know me, I like to use my magic X. So a times c goes in the top, so 1 times negative 10 is negative 10, and then b in the bottom. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to give me negative 10, add to give me negative 3, that would be negative 5 and 2. Those substitute in for the negative 3 in the middle. So I get x squared minus 5x plus 2x minus 10. Sorry for the sloppy handwriting. Split it in half, pull out the greatest common factor on each side. We get x times x minus 5. Over here we can take out a 2. 2 times x minus 5. And again, we take out the greatest common factor of this. We end up with taking out an x minus 5 times x plus 2 is left. Okay, so now notice that the two factors of x squared minus 3x minus 10 are the same as the denominators of our two other factors. So we need to make the common denominator. So the first term is missing the x minus 5 in the bottom. So we're going to multiply top and bottom times x minus 5. So x minus 5 times x over x minus 5 times x plus 2. Plus, and next one is missing the x plus 2. X plus 2, so we're going to take x plus 2 times 6 over x plus 2 times x minus 5, and that still equals 14 over x minus 5 times x plus 2. Okay, so let's simplify each one of our factors here. And now that we have the denominators the same, we don't have to deal with them anymore. So we're going to do x squared minus 5x plus the 6 goes in to both, 6x plus 12, and that still equals 14. All right, we are going to continue this on the next slide when we simplify. So let's finish simplifying. X squared, we got plus an x plus 12 equals 14. X squared plus x plus 12 equals 14. Now to solve a quadratic, we need to get it equal to 0, so we can apply the quadratic formula, or we can factor x squared plus x minus 2 equals 0. Now I notice right away that I can factor this, so I'm just going to go ahead and factor this into x plus 2 and x minus 1. Yeah, took a little shortcut. You guys can use the quadratic formula, or you could use magic X to factor that if you'd prefer. So we set each one of these factors equal to 0, x plus 2, and x minus 1. Sorry. X plus 2 equals 0, or x minus 1 equals 0. So subtract 2, we get x equals negative 2, add 1, x equals 1. Now remember, we got to go back and check these in our original equation to make sure that neither one of these solutions will cause us to divide by 0. So let's take a look. Right away I notice when I plug in x minus 2 into my first term, I get negative 2 plus 2, that gives me 0. That will not work, and it causes me to divide by 0, so that solution is not real. The next one was positive 1. We plug in 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 minus 5 is negative 4, so that works in both of them. So our final solution is x equals 1. Because the x equals negative 2 causes us to divide by 0. All right, have a great day.